And welcome back. This is day 2 of Microsoft Ignite NZ, and I have with me the behatted and always awesome Rick Claus. How you doing, buddy?
Good to see you, man. It's nice. We finally get to be together on the set.
I know, but we were together last night briefly, and we chatted, and you told me to go away, I think.
No, actually, you walked past my table, and you kind of looked at me and then looked the other way quickly, and then left the restaurant.
You people should see the head of hair under this man's hat. It is like you have to contain it somehow because otherwise it's just.
It's a ginormous afro.
Yeah, it's a ginormous afro. So before we get started and talk about the rundown for what we've got for you today, those that are watching live, I understand that you had the privilege, nay, the honor of attending an All Blacks game.
I did. On Saturday, awesome match. It's only my 4th rugby match I've ever seen live. And I was, I guess you'd say, I benefited from the knowledge of having all these Kiwis around me to talk and tell me, because I don't understand. I actually just found out you actually have to not only run the ball into the end, it's not called the end zone though, and then you actually have to touch it down before you get any points.
So if someone slaps the ball out,
it doesn't matter.
I don't understand rugby.
And that's why it's called a touch.
I don't understand rugby. Like, I watch it, I'm like, man, this looks awesome.
Yeah.
What just happened? Oh no, the ball's over there. Oh no, the ball fell down. Looks like they're all going to talk about the ball in the middle, and they push each other around, and then like jump on top of each other. I'm like, this is a mix between like wrestling, football, soccer, and the dudes are just ginormous.
And the best part is, if you look at the standard equipment that has to be in place, it's a mouth guard, and that's all for a rugby player. Whereas American football, you've got like armor that you're wearing. So these guys, and even before that match, there was a women's rugby match, and they were massively impressive with the way they played too.
That's amazing.
Great all-around time. If you get a chance next time you're in town, definitely go see a rugby match.
Absolutely, and I feel like I need to go get an all-black shirt because the Kiwis are the best at rugby, from what I understand.
It depends on which country you're talking to at the time. Obviously, I'm a little bit partial towards the All Blacks because they were my first team I got to watch, and so I got myself an All Blacks jersey.
Fantastic. So we've talked a little about rugby because we're here in New Zealand. Let's talk a little bit about some of the things that are coming up today.
Well, here in Channel 9 Live, I hear you're going to be doing one of the first interviews right after the first session. But the first session is going to be streaming-wise. It's going to be transitioning to Office 365. Big deal between moving from on-premises to looking at a cloud world with Office 365. So always a very popular session coming up on the live stream.
Hey, and you know what? About Office 365, like me and my wife have kids, right? And all of a sudden, like everything's super busy. And I'm like, you know, it'd be nice if there was a place online we could manage our calendar, our docs. I'm like, maybe we should we should go full Office 365 family. I'm looking into it. You should too.
Nice. Maybe it's going to be a new license offering that we make.
Maybe for family businesses.
You got it. But your first interview is coming up is going to be dealing with something called Trust Power.
Oh, SafeStack, 10:30, right?
Yeah.
SafeStack with Laura Bell. I don't know what it is. I'm excited.
Okay.
No, but you hear safe and stack, and there's been tons of like breaches, and we had this global DNS problem. There people were attacking it.
Yeah.
So security is sort of like on the forefront of people's minds. I'm excited to see what she has to say about that.
Nice.
What else we got? Azure ML coming up. Predicting who survives the Titanic. I'm pretty sure that's the amazing. I had her on yesterday, and Jennifer Marsman is going to talk about that. Azure ML is probably one of the coolest things because it makes machine learning sort of accessible to everyone. It's the commoditization of intelligence, and I think that's something that our CEO, Satya, said we're going to be doing a lot more of.
Yep.
Fantastic. What do we got next?
Stuff. I've got an interview coming up in the afternoon. I think it's the afternoon, which is going to be dealing with scale. It's the scale.
Like, how do you fit his poofy hair into that head? You got to scale it down.
No, it's like the title was originally of the session that they're talking about is about how their startup survived scale for their first week. And had to react to it. They had everything in place and everything planned out, but still, with all the best planning, it all just goes to pot as soon as the battle starts the battlefield.
Sometimes you DDoS yourself with your success, right? And your
so anyway, we're going to have Marcus Radich and Gemma Hurst are going to be joining me for that one there.
And then we have a session from Zero to DevOps, and then at 12:40, you do not want to miss this, New Zealand time, I'm going to have Donna Sarkar on, along with some Windows insiders, to talk about the Insider program, why it's sort of blown up, and an interesting factoid that I heard from Gabe All himself. who ran the program before, when we talk about the fast ring for Windows Insiders, the fast ring goes actually to insiders first, and then the outer ring is employees. So actually insiders get the builds before some of the employees because they found that the feedback that they were getting from the insiders was even better than the feedback they were getting from these yahoos. So good job, good on you.
We have other things we have to do potentially. You don't get around to doing the feedback. I guess.
Sure, I mean, I'm sure they have other things to do, but bless their hearts.
Yeah.
Thanks for helping us. It's probably the most open Windows has ever been.
Yeah, it's been
and
great.
we're pretty excited about that.
Right after that one there is coming up with a session that's live stream, which is customizing Windows 10. Going around with images and deployment tools, very, very cool stuff. And then you're coming back again with an interview with Donovan Brown.
Mr. DevOps himself, black
Yes.
shirt, hashtag black shirt. Make sure if you have any questions to tune in for that, because DevOps feels like a kind of a squishy topic, and it feels like we talk about people, process, products, but then we don't talk about what people, what process, and what products. And so I'm going to grill him on that. Hopefully you'll be there for that.
Nice.
Yeah, and so after that we have some IT stuff, and I'm reading it. I'm going to read it. And I'm not going to know what it means, but hopefully you're going to help me. The 9 group policy principles that all IT administrators should know. Number 1, be nice to your dev. Principle number 1. Number 2, buy your dev pizza. Number I mean, am I close?
These are like the unwritten rules, I guess. I wasn't aware of that.
And then after that, we have a break with Rick interviewing Daniel Baubees. Is that right?
Yes, Bowies, or I guess Bowbees.
Yeah.
Bowbees, potentially. Again, I'm absolutely horrible.
So the first question you should ask him is what his name is.
That's probably going to be. Actually, my trick is you actually ask people to introduce themselves. That way they get their name correct.
Tell us our secret.
So that one there works.
Yeah.
But he's going to be talking about the MVP program.
Okay.
And transitioning between MVP, being a partner, being working with Microsoft closely and stuff like that. So cool stuff with the MVP program. He's a big MVP person down here in the Southern Hemisphere.
And one of the cool things about the MVP program, you may or may not know, we have community program managers all around the world who are anxious to find you if you're going to be an MVP wherever you are, in New Zealand, in Australia, in Asia, anywhere. And one of the cool things is that we get to interact as Channel 9 team with MVPs all the time, and so we're pretty excited about MVPs. They make my day.
Most excellent.
Yeah.
Most excellent. And then one I think you're the most riveted about is Windows 10 deployments. What I wish I knew before I started. I think you actually came up with that title, did you not?
What I mean,
you've done a whole deployment of Windows 10 inside of Channel 9 and also at your house, did you not?
I literally just, I just put the stick in, right? And then I go, I don't understand, like, what do you, like, I don't understand it. You're going to show me, like, okay, everyone get this CD out of the package, everyone together, and then we're just going to take it out and put it in. Is that what happened?
Put in disk number 1 of 7,221.
And then just get the little package. Is that what IT people do?
There's so much more for what's going on. So anyway, you should pay attention to that one on the stream.
Apparently it's not just the CD stuff.
You got to get your stuff straight for doing the next deployment. And then, are we both going to be here for the wrap up?
I hope so, and hopefully we'll try to find like a special guest or somebody.
Okay.
Because I mean,
we're completely throwing this off the official planning rails by inviting guests for the wrap ups. Like I had Karan yesterday.
Oh, and that
was
was a delicious interview, if I may use that adjective inappropriately. Right, it was amazing because he worked on sort of the Hobbit movies, and if you saw or didn't saw, I actually went to Hobbiton with Casey Uhlenhout, and we went around, and it was like, I've been to some crazy places, but it was surreal to be there because it's a fake place, right? But it felt kind of like, ooh,
felt kind of real.
Yeah. Well,
did they have actors running around for you?
It's a real fake place, though.
Did they have actors running around too?
Just me. I mean, is that?
Well,
no.
Curious.
Yeah.
You're a little tall for a Hobbit.
Sure. I mean, but not there.
And see, I know you were secretly pretending that you were Gandalf or something.
Yeah, I was trying to be Gandalf, but Golnaz was not having it.
No.
Good morning, folks.
All right, we're going to turn it over to the actual session. So it's happening right now. Let's go to that.